Right guys, so as we stated in one of the earlier videos, to paint one of these helmets, what we're going to do is we're going to break it down into multiple sections. The first section I always begin with is the two back panel pieces. I do apologise, I can't actually see the camera, so I don't know if you're in shot. Here we are. So these are the first two pieces we're going to mask up, and the first two pieces we're going to paint. So to mask these up, you're going to need one plastic bag, your thin detailed strip masking tape, some nice thick chunky one. A scalpel might also help as well. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start off by outlining this main detail piece with the thin strip. I've always used this tape, and this has never given me any bleeds. So start off first. I don't know if you can see. Here we go. Start from the bottom and work your way up. Now this helmet has already been prepped and primered. You want to first primer your helmet before you start doing this. You want to make sure the tape is nice and secure. Also, I've removed the ears. If you can do that on your helmet, if you've bolted the ears on, remove them. It's a lot easier. Whereas I've masked the other helmet up. Can't remove the ears on that one. This is the last strip for this bit. There we go. And make sure it's stuck in. And don't forget to mask this a little bit off, starting from the inside bit. It's the little details that count with this Boba Fett helmet. If you take your time during the prep, you'll be really pleased with how it comes out. Okay, just fold that under. And there's the first line taped in for us. I then begin masking up the key slots. Nice small little strip. Let me cut this in half, if you will, using your scalpel. It's quite a laborious task to do, but if you're going to paint one of these up yourselves, you're going to have to do it. There's no real skill involved. Just make sure you get all the pieces stuck down. What I'll do is now I'll finish masking out this section, and I'll cut to the bit where we're putting the plastic bag on, just to show how to do that, and we'll put some paint down. Okay. Alright guys, so here is the back panels all nicely maxed out with the detailed yellow tape. What we need to do now is go in again with our thicker tape and thicken up these edges here where the tape is covering. This is so when we put the plastic bag over it, we have a lot more room to play with while taping the bag down. I've pre-cut a bit out here. This is for the key slot area. Just pull this off. Stick it down. Now, don't really have to be so neat with this area, this part of the masking process. Just as long as you get the tape stuck to the yellow section and nothing overlapping the bit where you're going to be painting. Take your tape, rip it, stick it down. You don't want to waste tape, so if you do overlap, so that bit down. Rip a nice long bit out now. Go around the arch. Make sure it's down. Don't worry about creases. As long as this crease, this joint here does have no gaps in it, you're fine. Don't worry about creases on here, it's going to be covered by a plastic bag in a moment. Finish this up on this side as well. This is probably going to be about a 15-minute video, hopefully. Exploit the usage that YouTube has given me, so. Tried uploading this, it's going to take forever. Put this last bit on. No, I glued on this ear cap here, so open up the camera. If you've done the same, you're going to have to sort of wrap it around it. Rip out the last section. You could, if you wanted to now, mask the inside of the helmet. I don't personally, because at the end of the paint job I paint the interiors black. You can if you want to keep the original colour there. I don't know, you wouldn't. No one can really see inside the helmet anyway, whether you're wearing it or you've got it as a display piece. Right, so now that's done now, we need to protect the rest of the helmet. Now, before we get started, I was asked before on the forums why losing myself here now. Right, most people like to paint the entire helmet silver as it's easier to do, but what I do is I primer the helmet and paint each individual panel silver rather than the entire thing, because the silver that I use is quite temperamental, we can say, and I don't like sticking tape to it. This way the tape above here is stuck to primer, and you know, if it does leave any residue, you can easily deal with that. If it's silver, you're going to have to sand it and then respray it silver. So yeah, that's why we tape up each individual pieces while the helmet's just in primer. So we're going to put the bag on now to protect the rest of the helmet from paint. Take your bag, and I've got more handles on. Pull the handles in, put the bag over the helmet, and wrap it underneath. Turn the helmet back over, and you work it up like so. Get some tape, half on the bag, then slip the other half to the helmet. Just want to repeat this process now. All the way around the helmet. Now this is pretty much the same process that you need to do to mask up each individual pieces. So I won't really show you how to do that, it's pretty much common sense. I will show you how to mask up the cheek areas, because it can get quite difficult, because it's a curved area. So I'll show you how to mask that up, but other than that, once we get to each individual section, I'll skip the masking area, as it's been covered in this video here. But there's the one side there, all ready for the paint now. I'll finish up the other side, and we'll cut then to put in some silver down. Means the weather's quite nice outside. Right up. Okay guys, so here we go. Okay, so we're going to put some colour down on the helmet now. Helmet's all masked out like we saw in the last video. We're going to be using super gloss silver. This is the only other rattle can that we will be using on this helmet. The rest will be airbrush. And you just want to take it nice and slow, nice easy, slow layers. You want to start the spray somewhere about by here and end it over here. You don't want to start or stop the spray on the actual helmet, okay? Probably doesn't really matter so much with a rattle can, but this is a technique we'll be teaching with the airbrush later on. Make sure you shake the can very well. I've already pre-shook it, most of it. So like I said, nice smooth moment, smooth, short, quick bursts, like so. Notice I'm not starting the spray on the helmet, I'm starting more over to this side. Don't know if you can see, the sun is quite bright on this silver. Turn it around. Start now on this other side. The silver's hard to see at best of times, especially with the sun on it. I do apologise. Usually it's best to keep the same direction, but I always tend to mix it up slightly. Make sure you get every good bit, because this silver, it really contrasts against the primer, the gloss silver with the matte primer. Make sure you get it all inside the little slots on the key slot area as well. Nice even coverage. Also underneath the helmet. That's pretty much it. You can probably see how much shinier this helmet's gotten. If I bring it a bit closer, you can see the finish we got. Nice smooth finish with the metal. If you want to keep doing that sort of technique, I have to wait for this to dry before I put any more paint on it. But if you want a nice, easy, smooth technique, you'll get a nice coat with no problems. If you wanted to, you could buff it with some of the wire wool. Don't really have to, as we've already prepped the helmet quite well. So yeah, so the next video now, we'll go into how to use the templates and stencils. Eventually then we can start airbrushing. Thanks for watching. See you next video.